Well, hello again. Welcome again to another podcast, Down to Earth but Heavenly Minded. And I'm your host, Risch. And today we're going to be looking at another article entitled Anything for Profit by Steve Hulshizer. I got trouble with that name. Okay, I'll be right back with the article. Okay, there we are. Got the article up here. Anything for Profit by Steve Hulshizer. Yesterday, I received a newspaper like flying from a discount Christian book company. I had known for some time that Christian books and music are a very large commercial business for many. This was made very clear some years ago when a large secular recording company bought out a Christian recording firm. Of course, they would only do this if it was a profitable business. Unfortunately, many of the published solicit material for Christians who really have a desire for the milk of the word and are struggling these days. It is far easier to sell shadow material from well-known authors and psychologists than it is to sell books that actually teach the Word of God. You know, a review of the books offered in the advertisement provided a clear explanation of why the church is so shallow and so unscriptural in many ways. If this is what the saints are spending their time reading, then we need to look no further for the cause of the current conditions. The following are just a few of the descriptions of the books or music being offered. It's Tor brought together Christian music, finest artists from the concert celebrating of Christ's birth, life, death, and resurrection. Now go behind the scenes with one-on-one interviews and never see before concert photos. You can have something better even if it takes a miracle, says bestseller author. This book is changed hundreds of thousands of lives, and it can change yours. He'll show you 10 attributes that hinder success, 9 biblical principles and prosperities, and ways to overcome any problem. This list could go on and on, but these examples give a flavor of the reader's material presented for sale. Sadly, many Christians are spending their time and money on this type of material. This being true, there can be no doubt in our minds why there is such a little biblical knowledge among many saints today. Another example of this makes a profit mentally can be seen in the fact that they promote books side by side that are in complete disagreement with one another. They do not care which view you take, just so you buy the book. And the promotion of one book states unemployment, inflation, and national budgets out of control, and the economy unheaved is invaluable. Well, no Christian financial analyst offers sound advice on the state of the economy, how inflation will affect you, and what you must do to survive an economy earthquake. Now, there is nothing here that is discouraging, but on the same pages, another book, which is described as following, is an economical earthquake immense. Doctor is the only financial expert to say not his Bible-based perspective about the future of the U.S. economy, refuting the doomsday money myth, and gives an alternative view for consideration. Now, I am not saying which author is right, but it is clear to me that the seller of these books do not really care who is right as long as they can sell books. Well, however, the most critical piece of evidence which shows the mercenary objective of these booksellers was on the very first page there, with the brightly colored blocks which said, "Save $10 on Robert Hicks' books." The Masculine Journal, upon seeing this book being promoted, I wrote to the book company and requested that my name be taken off their mailing list. This book, which was widely distributed and at Promise Keepers, PK, and which PKA deeply within themselves, speaking of teens having their first experience with the police, or their first drink, or their first experience with sex or drugs. He suggests that true elders could come forward and confess their own adolescence sins and congregations and next generation for being human. This is pure and intelligent garbage. It is certainly not biblical, and certainly will not build up the saints and the church. However, most important, this book blasphemies the person of Christ without going into the ugly details. Hick referring to the movie The Last Temptation of Christ, states concerning Jesus, he may have thought about it as the movie portrayed, page 181. Referring to Jesus thinking about having sexual relations with a woman, Hicks also suggested that Jesus had to overcome homosexual desires. Why would anyone claim to be a Christian bookseller would sell such books because they will sell anything for profit? Sadly, Christians buy it too. Oh, this is just terrible when I think about all this. And there is a lot of garbage out there. There's no doubt about it. And I'm just gonna quickly turn that off and turn this on. You know, I see a lot of this stuff for sale, and that's why I do these videos and read these articles that are so good and so biblical based, and exposing a lot of the stuff that's going on out there that Christians are buying into, and it's sad, but I just want you to be aware, to be watchful for what type of material you buy or listen to, or read, because there is a lot of garbage out there. There's more garbage than there are good things. That's why I go back and I read all the old writings from the Brethren movement from back in the 1800s. And right now I'm doing CHM's work on the Pentateuch, Charles Henry McIntosh's work on the first 5 books of the Bible. And I got to be honest with you, it's so good. And I hope you listen to him. So with that said, I'm going to leave you. Bye for now. Till next time.